Hey guys, what's up? Lord Meacher again here, your Lord of Video Games, and welcome to another episode of Trails of Cold Steel 4. Last time, we did start another quest and explore a bit, and I do apologize this is taking a lot of videos. There's a lot of things that I'm finding that I want to show off, and there's a lot of things to do apparently, because I keep just finding stuff over and over before I start the quest. We are going to explore La Mer and see if there is anything else that is new that I haven't checked out, and check out anything else. I think I checked everything in the Sutherland. So if I haven't checked anything, I will show you guys if I do find anything. If I don't, then you'll just see me complete the missions and move on with story. Hopefully I can get that started this episode. Because it's already, this is going to be the third video of side questing. Anyway, let's go on with the video and let's see what we find. Oh, we have a new thing here. Do I need the rider jacket? I think I need the rider jacket. I'm not sure. I'm buying it just in case. But we do have the advanced goggles, which is a gift to Tita. So grab that. It's here in the Klei store. Oh, over here in the North Street recipe. Be sure to get that. Wild Grill. Oh, another new one. Here's Locket. Let's grab that. Another one here. The Lacrima earrings for Emma. What the heck? Mr. Lake Lord? What are you doing here? If it isn't young Green. Greetings, Assassin Chevalier. Branch Manager Certain and Lord Lake Lord. It's not often we see you two together. Indeed. We ran into each other not long ago. Well, for our investigation, it took us to Ordis at the same time. Curious coincidence, no? We were just discussing what we discovered, and I think you may find it particularly interesting, Chevalier. Oh, really? Indeed. The shadow of a giant fish was spotted in the sea cave in the Aarhus Coastal Road. The eyewitness reports it's likely some species of giant swordfish. No doubt it will prove a feisty opponent. If you're any kind of fisherman at all, I'm sure this must pique your interest a little. Since you're here in the area, perhaps you should take a look for yourself. I'm not exactly a pro, but it does sound worth checking out. Thank you. I might look into it later. We're looking into it now, Reen. You have no option. A new fishing point has appeared in the Aarhus Coastal Road. Alright, let's go check it out. Here's the fishing spot.
There.
Alright, let's see this monster.
Got a bite.
Ah.
Oh, it got away.
I know, Reen. That's the first time I missed that.
There.
Alright, let's try again.
Got a bite.
Ah,
Oh,
come on.
it got away.
Why am I missing now? Out of every single time I've done this correctly,
Got a bite.
and today I'm missing.
Oh,
Let me
got
put my
away.
glasses on. I doubt it's the glasses. Let's try now. I swear, if I grab it with the glasses.
got a bite.
Ah, I'm just
got away.
horrible today. I'm just so bad today. Come
Got a
on.
bite.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh my lord, you are a monster. Holy. I am just so bad today. Oh my god, I am not looking forward to today's
This is a
episode.
rare one.
The shark over there in the background is like, I'm gonna eat you and that fish too. Wait till I catch you. Zafiro Espada. Oh my lord, 500 of each. A giant swordfish. This must be the catch Lord Lake Lord and the others we're talking about. I guess you should let them know just in case. But part of the catch is Lord Lake Lord and the branch manager Certain. Of the glittering jewel-like beauty, there's no mistaking it. This is a Zafiro Espada. Catching this on your own couldn't have been easy. You left us in the dust, Reen. I'm seriously impressed. I wish Estelle and Lloyd could be here to see this. Oh, I heard rumors those two were good at fishing. It's true then? I guess. Knowing that makes me feel closer to them in a weird way. Anyway, I'll be sure to prepare a prize worthy for this accomplishment for you. Thank you. Alright, let's go pick up our prize then. Let's sell this fish for our prize. Ooh, we get a still blue ATS 200. Alright. So the Saphira Espada. You get quite a bit for these stuff. Alright. Now, last time that I passed, I did see this here, so let's check that out and see what's going on here with the Duke Cayenne Mansion. Come here. So, what do we have here? Huh? You guys. The governor has ordered us to allow our honored guests to pass through. If you have any business here, feel free to go on through.
In short,
It seems that we're free to come and go.
I'd like to give him my regards. Should we drop in?
Yeah, Duke Cayenne's mansion is now accessible. Well, let's go in and see what's in store, because there is possibly an event here, it looks like. Yes, there is. There's a bunch of people here in the middle. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, hi. I'm glad you're here. It seems you've been through a lot, but it's a relief to see you all safe. Thank you. But the way you put it sounds like you must be aware of our situation. Yes, I may have heard something about it. It made me sick when I heard that the meeting between the country leaders had been attacked. However, it seems a certain individual showed up in his new airship to save the day. Perhaps it's just best to say I'm glad you were all safe.
Wow, you do know a lot.
The situation isn't great, but I've been entrusted with everyone's hopes. We have to do what we can to be a beacon of light for them. I'll be looking forward to you doing so, then. The momentum pushing us forward toward war is increasing even here in Ordis. I intend to monitor it myself. That and watching over the Empress. She must be worried. Why don't you go say hello? You should be able to find her in the banquet hall.
I see. Reen, do you mind if we take a little detour?
Not at all. The banquet hall is straight down this corridor. Please go ahead and explain the current situation to Her Highness. Yeah, let's go to the banquet hall again. I guess. Again? I've never been here. The Governor Regnus bless him. We should be able to meet with the Empress. Should we head to banquet hall now? Yes? Why shouldn't we? Servant showed Reen and the others to the banquet hall. I still have to rearrange my party. Your Highness? Is it Your Majesty or Your Highness?
It's a pleasure to see you all again. And even more so that you made it through under the circumstances.
Really? Wasn't that much trouble.
It's an honor to make your acquaintance again, Your Highness.
I'm glad to see you're well. I suppose you've heard about us. Well, what's happening to us?
Yes, thanks to Governor Regnus, I have the main details of your exploits. Reunited with your friends and often accompanying you on your journey. And even more importantly, that dear Oliver is safe.
Seems like you've heard it all. We're just as relieved, and maybe even more surprised. He's helping us find a third path to walk.
I don't know how much we can help as our country marches into war. But we're going to do everything we can as members of Thors to stop this awful tragedy. I'm grateful to hear that. You have all done so much for me, to help me, and yet I can't do anything in return. If only I could have told His Majesty about this.
Has something happened to His Majesty?
No, it's just that his operation is very soon. Sometime within the next few days, apparently. All I can do is pray to Adios for the operation to be a success. Your Highness.
You can tell she really loves the Emperor.
Yes, we did hear a lot has happened. We'll also offer our prayers for his swift recovery. Thank you, all of you. Please look out for Olivert, Alphen, and Cedric too.
We will, Your Majesty. Alright, that was cute. That was nice. Time to keep exploring and see what else we find. Alright, here there's a Melty Charm, the Alicia Casino and Raquel. Get that. You can exchange coins, because I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of Mira. Alright, getting another quest out of the way. One quest per video. Oh, these guys are here. Interesting meetup of all these three. Oh, it's you guys.
Instructor Thomas, and the lady from Crossbell Times. Good to see you two again.
Tereen, Toa, it's been quite some time. It seems I just missed you in Erin, like ships passing in the night, aren't we?
Yeah, Gaius and Racine told us you'd be here. There. So, who's your friend over here?
I've seen you around, but I don't think we've ever actually spoken. Those eyes, you must be blind.
I had better make a formal introduction.
Marcel Nielsen.
I am Marcel Nielsen, freelance journalist.
Nice to meet you. Of course, I've already heard all about you. The redoubtable Miss Herschel, Class 7, and the Ashen Chevalier alike. Or perhaps it would be more accurate to call you the ultimate sacrifice of the Great Twilight. Oh, how do you know that?
Knowing things is his business. Marcel taught me everything I know about journalism. He's even won the Pulitzer Prize. Several years in a row at that. He's covered the mysterious incidents in Liberal, the DG cult incident, even the annexation of Crosswell.
Wow, that's an impressive resume.
I remember hearing about you, but what are you doing here with Grace and Instructor Thomas?
Well, first off, allow me to apologize for not helping you during that little incident on the Pantagruel. You see, there was a certain something I had been searching for at the time. An artifact passed down through the Imperial family, the final volume of the Black Records. Oh.
You mean the secret books you and Reen were deciphering?
Between flame and earth, the wavering darkness begins to spin the tale of the end. First, the conflict of the great gods of the second pillar. Second, the fusion of earth and flame. Third, the beginning of Thousand-Year City and the acceptance of the Grawl. Fourth, the disappearance of the Holy Beast and the catastrophe of the Whispering Dragons. Fifth, the recapture of the capital and the Vermilion Curse. Sixth, the Lions' War and the sacrifice of the Holy Maiden. Seventh, the appearance of the Giant Pillar in the north and the Unwanted Child. Eighth, the sacrifice of the village and the 100 Days campaign. Ninth, the Great Blue Tree to the east to the appearance of the Cursed Castle. Thus the 10,000-year-old wish was fulfilled. When the sacrifice is made and the ancient blood flows, the path for the Grawl of Erebos shall open. When the tainted holy beast is pierced by the blade of the world's end, and its blood fills the Grawl, the great twilight shall fall upon the land. So there's actually more to it than that? And that's what His Majesty told me when I visited him in St. Ursula. There's an additional volume relating to what will happen after the Great Twilight. Sadly, however, His Majesty never read it himself.
Well, it can record even the future? That's artifacts for you. They operate on a whole different kind of logic. All that stuff about Recluse Cube back in Liberal, whoosh, right over my head.
I think all of us are at a loss over it, to tell you the truth. Lucky for us, Mr. Nielsen's already gotten hold of the last volume, right?
Huh? Ooh, right on the money.
My, this must be the work of the 8-Leaf School's famous unclouded eye technique, no? It is as you say. I possess the final volume. It took a month of searching all throughout the Empire. And curiously enough, though my own eyes are themselves clouded, I can still read the contents of the book. That this is the final volume of the Black Records is an unmistakable fact. Naturally, once I heard about it, I set about negotiating a trade. In the end, we settled on a very simple condition. All you have to do, Reen, is give Marcel an interview. Huh? Me?
But
Don't worry, I don't actually plan on publishing it. I've already pieced together a few basic facts from your lineage alone, as well as the unfortunate position you've been placed in. Nevertheless, it's in my nature to seek out the truth. I want to find out exactly what's going on here in Arabonia. And what better way to get to said truth than ask one of the people directly involved? Everything I heard puts you at the center of all the strange happenings that have occurred here over the past few years. I'd be happy to give you the last of the black records in return for answering a few of my questions.
Reen,
Goodness me, Huwazi told me you were perceptive, but it's rather unnerving just how much you already know. What do you say, Reen? The decision ultimately lies with you. The war is only 5 days away. They could help allay the situation, if only a little. I guess so. Give Nilsson the interview. Alright, you can ask me anything you want. You have my thanks. I really appreciate this, Reen.
hey, do you mind if I sit on I sit in on the interview? I'm joining in too. No journalist worth her salt would let a chance like this get away.
Toa, Thomas, and Grace remained in the room while everyone else left to wait outside. Thus did Reen's interview with the blind journalist then begin. Okay. Now everyone's outside just talking it out. Now Reen, understand that Thomas was your history teacher. And given Miss Herschel's grandfather's expertise, I'm certain she knows her fair share as well. So I'd like to press right on and get to the heart of matter, if that's alright with you.
Yeah, sure.
Now I have to admit I'm feeling a little nervous. You can go ahead and start whenever you're ready. I can't let my nerves get to me. Let's begin with a quick synopsis then. As it stands, the Great Twilight phenomenon is currently involving the whole of the Empire. The force behind it is called Operation Jormungandr, while the resistance against them is referred to as Mil Mirage. Moreover, the key factors of this entire dilemma are the 7 Divine Knights, as well as the 2 Septarians they had been forged from. A great number of the implications behind these events are too much for humanity at large to handle. They make the history of our entire species feel trivial, meaningless even. But if we seek out these truths with an open mind, I believe there's more awaiting us than mere existential dread. What's happening here goes beyond just Arabonia. There are a myriad of different factors at play.
There are?
I see. So this is just about to get deep. Just how much does this guy know? One of those factors is, of course, the Arabonian Empire. Thanks in part to the Arner family owning allegiance to neither the clans of Earth nor Fire, they quickly rose to prominence. Thus today, Arabonia stands as one of the oldest nation-states in Zemuria. With the help of the Septian Church, it quickly expanded both its territory and its influence. That particular growth was also what gave birth to the Empire's unique system of class. All of which culminated 250 years ago with the War of the Lions. There are plenty of intriguing rumors regarding what went on behind the scenes, but that's not quite what concerns us at the moment. What does concern us is what's happening in the wake of the war, something that's exerting an influence on the world even today. Do you know what that is I'm referring to, Reen? I think so. Achievements, severe decrease in population, the post-war renaissance. The post-war renaissance? You mean Dracul's post-war renaissance, right? Most likely there. A whole lot of innovations were introduced during that time, so people couldn't even dream back in the Dark Ages. It helped make the country what it is today, making huge leaps forward in law, economics, my bad, and culture alike. My brain just died. The founding of Thor's military academy is a perfect example.
That's right, because anyone can enroll regardless of class or nationality. It helped a lot of commoners get into the Imperial Army or obtain government posts.
Thinking about it like this, you could also say it indirectly led to the formation of the noble and reformist faction, and even the Civil War itself 2 years back.
Right, the noble faction would never have been so militant if those class distinctions hadn't been so pronounced to begin with.
That likely had repercussions beyond the army and the government as well. Very good. It seems we're more or less all on the same page. Let's move on to the factors that work outside Arabonia then. Northumbria, Nord, Jurai, Crossbell, Liberal. Now that I realize a rather broad description to use. So for our purpose, we'll narrow it down to Liberal, Northumbria, Jurai, Nord, and Crossbell. Calvert also borders the country, of course, but it really deserves to be in its own category. Whether the Nord Highlands count as part of the Empire is up for connection. And Crossbell has been contested territory for hundreds of years. But these territories weren't under Arabonian rule when the Empire was first founded. Even so, their impact on the imperial matters back then was by no means small. We have, for instance, the Nord Highlands, where the Imperial Prince made his travels, as well as Liberal, where the massacre at Hamel sparked the 100-Day War, and thus conflict between the nobles and reformists. Of course, that goes without saying that those particular situations were instigated by Arabonia itself. But there was one specific event not directly connected to the Empire that still had a great influence on its future. Does anything come to mind, Reen? Let's see. Guardian statue in Nord. The Umbrian disaster, right? The only thing I know that fits the bill is the salt pail, the one that appeared during the Umbrian disaster, yeah? That one. We still don't know exactly what caused it, but it definitely wasn't the Empire. A natural disaster like that would surely have had far-reaching consequences.
That's true. It set off a sequence of events that led to the Northumbria changing from a principality to an autonomous state. A lot of refugees fled to Arabonia, and the Northern Jaegers started staging all sorts of resistance efforts.
And Northumbria's trouble spilled over to its neighbors in the west. Jurai's resulting economic hardships were just what the Empire, or rather Chancellor Osborne, needed to turn its people against Crow's grandfather.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I see.
When you start to think of it that way, you can really start to glean the wider impact that disaster had on the world. Even the Imperial Liberation Front's creation can be traced all the way back to it.
Quite right. It's an event that certainly deserves our consideration if we aim to properly unravel the goings-on of the Empire. Now let's conclude by moving over to what's happening to the east. Again, to narrow things down, we'll specify east to mean Crossbell, now a part of the Empire and the Republic of Calvert. We may end up bringing other powers onto the continent into discussion, but for now, let's focus on these two. Calvert has fought with Arabonia for control of Crossbell for centuries now. About 100 years back, their monarchy was overthrown and a republic established. And 72 years ago, Calvert and Arabonia negotiated shared rule of Crossbell, effectively turning it into an autonomous state. But some 30 or so years ago, before that, Crossbell was actually a part of the Empire. Were you aware of that? Come to think of it, I think we did touch upon that in our history classes, if only just barely.
I guess an Imperial school wouldn't want to give a lot of attention to losing a territory. We still have a Governor General residence from where we were first under Imperial rule too. There are rumors of the old pro-Arabonian speaker took at his mansion. He ended up holding some real shitty auctions there. Omissions like this are a common story, I'm afraid. For the Empire that shared a jurisdiction represented a loss, a humiliation. Thus they gave it less and less prominence in their histories over time in an attempt to cover it up and diminish its importance. I see.
Yeah, that about explains it. Draco's post-war renaissance spurred Calvar to make a great number of societal changes, many of which led them to increasing their own sphere of influence, eventually resulting in the dispute over Crossbill. The tension between the two nations has festered throughout the generations, especially on the side of Arabonians, and the curse bringing all that animosity to the forefront. Calva's revolution was a time of rapid change and upheaval. These things are never exactly simple, but there was one force that was instrumental in overthrowing the old social order. How's your knowledge of your internal history, Reem? Do you know what it was? Well, not the Septian Church, because it has nothing to do with Crossbell. Immigrants from the East? A lot of people immigrated to Calvert around that time. They still do this to this day, in fact, yeah. Indeed, at the time, Calvert was verging on the brink of an economic collapse. It said that merchants moving in from the east gave the revolutionary forces enough financial aid to tip the scales in their favor. There are also rumors that eastern assassins were sent after major leaders on both sides. So that's how the flow of people from east affected Calvar's revolution. That revolution led to Crossbell's autonomous statehood, which in turn led to a struggle for independence and subsequent re-annexation.
Leading further to the intervention of the Calvert Special Forces just last year. I'm starting to see how it all connects to Operation Jormungandr and Mill Mirage. Yeah, there's more behind the scenes of dealings than just Arabonia's.
This isn't really an interview, is it, Mr. Nielsen? It's more like a debriefing. Thanks to you, now we have a much firmer grasp of the continent's past, present, and future. All these events lay to the groundwork of the curse of the Empire to take root. The way you put it, even my becoming a sacrifice for the Great Twilight sounds like it was inevitable. So that's what this well is all about, Mr. Nielsen? Well, you are a key figure in this after all. I simply felt you had the right to know. Though talking through and discussing our various theories was rather enjoyable too. We see the final volume of the Black Records, yay! Oh. It's relatively short compared to the others, so it shouldn't take you too long to decipher. In any case, you have my thanks for volunteering your time. Now if you'll excuse me, I must go off and search for my next story.
Wait, you're leaving? How?
Oh, I have a rain passage with one of the transports passing through from Aragon. They'll take me as far as Milsanti. I'm sure I can find myself a train from there.
Wow, that's pretty thorough. Do you mind if we tag along? This is just too good to pass up. I've got to tell Rides about this.
And off she goes. Well, looks like this is where we part ways. But I expect we'll meet again, perhaps with our leader present next time around. An appealing prospect, to be sure. Thanks for everything, Mr. Nielsen. I feel like my understanding is finally up to speed. I'll try to take a wider perspective of what we're getting ourselves into going forward.
Yes, thank you. This has all been very enlightening.
The pleasure was all mine. Now then, I bid you farewell. And off he goes. That was actually pretty knowledgeable. Got a lot of stuff for us to know and grasp firmer what's going on. Oh, these guys are gonna follow them. Okay. Off they go. Thanks much, Reen. I'll get right on translating the final volume. It'll take me a couple of days, but I'll try to get it done before you have to leave. I appreciate it. Will you be heading back to your Merkaba then? Not yet. I need to discuss some things with Rosine. Plus, our ship is still in need of some repairs.
Take care, instructor. Hopefully we meet again sooner instead of later.
Well, we did spend 2 years together at Thor's. That has to count for something, no? Now then, everyone, until we meet again, take care in the meantime. And off he goes again.
That partitioner. The church's technique are totally mystery, even to us. Perhaps, but as long as grandmother trusts him, that's good enough for me. That was a really loaded conversation, huh? But everything we learned from it made it worthwhile, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've gotten my head together now. I won't let all this talk about prophecies and destinies hold me back. Whatever the Black Workers say will happen, I'll face it head on.
That's the spirit. And remember, all of us will be right there by your side.
Thank you, Toa. AP increased by 2. Goldia Gem. 7,000 Mira. And a character note for Thomas. Alright. Alright, so this is the monster that came out of the lake, I guess. And looks like a cryptid, but I don't think it's a cryptid. So let's just battle it.
It's a tough one. Careful.
Is it? Alright, let's see how tough it is. Let's get started.
Danger
with this.
levels high. Watch out.
0 order. Perfect. We get to start with Avalon Hearts.
Avalon Hearts!
Yeah! Yeah! It's down!
Immediately started off with that. Nice. Ooh, nice one, Reen. Weak. Right?
Weak.
Yep.
It's
Give
down!
me that.
An opening!
Alright, Reen.
Take that!
Unforgivable!
Look at this. This is just amazing.
It's my turn!
Anyway, Demon Enchained.
Yeah! I'm up!
I can just battle scope.
Yeah!
Because I can do this. And this. Ocean Bell.
My mind is clear. My blade empty.
Let's see how much damage I do. This should be a lot of damage.
Termination slash start!
And then Laura. Oh my god. Insane
Behold,
damages.
The soul of Arcade! Now! Radiant Phoenix Blade!
Oh my god, you're almost dead. Oh, you miss on everyone. Ah, Muse, don't attack him. Come on. Where are your manners?
Triumph!
Avalon Hearts again.
Avalon Hearts!
It's my turn!
Alright, Muse. How much does that do? Ooh, that does a lot. So, oh my god, look at that. Almost instant cast. That's gonna hurt so bad. Let's see. 42,000. Let's do Lost Genesis again. Poison Bath. Damn, man, you are very weak.
It's down!
An opening!
And it should die.
This'll end it!
That was not even hard. How long did it take me? It took me 2 minutes and 46 seconds. Wow.
Nice one, Reen. We killed it out there.
We really did.
It's all thanks to you, Fee.
We literally killed it, Fee. I'm funny. I know. Alright, let's see what else we have to explore. I want to believe completed. 1 bonding point. Hey. What's that? Iron hair Reen. Really? Hair color for Reen? All the way over here? Okay, go to the Lunar Shrine and all the way at the end there's a hair color for Reen. Weird. Right, and last but not least, we are going to finish this episode with a bonding event with Kurt. Kurt, what's that you're reading? I forgot to put my glasses again. Oh, instructor. It's a letter from Mueller, actually. He gave it to me before he left. Lieutenant Colonel, huh? He gave you a letter even though you were face to face? That's right. I found it rather curious myself. I only just started to read it, but... well, it's more of a family matter than anything, really. No need to concern yourself over it. He wrote me to take care of it when I have the time. That said, preparing for the sanctuary should be our foremost priority at the moment. Huh? Lieutenant Colonel Mueller wouldn't write a letter like this for no reason. Plus, I am pretty curious, I'll admit. That's been a bonding point with him, obviously. I say you have plenty of time, Kurt. After all, this is my own pupil's family matters we're talking here, not some strangers. If I can help in any way, all you have to do is let me know. I'll be there for you as best as I can. Instructor. Thank you so much. I know it can be somewhat of a burden at times. There's a certain place I'd like to go. Could I get you to accompany me? Yes. No problem, Kurt. I got you. You're my student. And you're a sword master as well. So, don't tell anyone, but you're my favorite. After Altina, because Altina's just the cutest. Reed and Kurt set off together. Along the way, they talked about the contents of the letter. Wait, we're in... huh. The Heimdall military police aren't here. Maybe they were relocated when this became a conscription office? Their forces were diverted to the Heimdall area, so local offices are empty. Let's go in. The old Vander Trading Hall? Oh, there you are, Kurt. His brother, right? There he is. Hello, Mueller. We meet again, Lieutenant Colonel. Yes. Long time no see, Reed. I apologize for calling you away for this. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to attend to. It's no problem. I'm here to lend Kurt my full support as instructor. And if that was enough of a reason, you did go out of your way to delegate me as his partner. I still can't believe it. Did you really find Roland's twin swords? It's true. Whoa. Roland's twin swords? Huh, would you look at that. Roland Vander was a legendary knight who protected Emperor Drykos during the War of the Lions. He met his end in that war, and the twin swords he wielded were lost. We stumbled upon them. We were readying the courageous too. If it was as if something led us to them. As if its fate demanded they be found in this current era. You know what I summoned you here for, don't you, Kurt? Indeed, I read the letter. You want me to have Roland's twin swords under one condition. Instructor Reed and I go through with this trial of yours. Forgive me for asking, but why am I included in this? This seems to be a Vander family business, and I'm not even trained in this school of swordsmanship. I understand how arbitrary all this must feel to you, but it wasn't my decision to make. The moment I grasped the sword, I sensed Roland's will. The two of you stand before me as the successor of Roland's dual blade style, and the inheritor of the Ashen Knight. Moreover, your relationship's not unlike Roland and Emperor Drykos, who cut their way through the War of the Lions side by side. Oh boy! Roland died before his time. I refuse to stand by and let history repeat itself with you, Kurt. That's why you must prove yourself more able than him. And you, Ashen Chevalier, show me you surpass Drykos himself. Are you seeing this aura coming off the swords? So, I've got to defeat both you and Roland in spirit. Very well, I accept the challenge. I've long looked up to you and my ancestor of legend. If it's a test of mettle you want, I'll face you both head on. Well said, Kurt. If it's the two of us, I'm sure we can accomplish this much. Let's do it, Kurt. No, I'm not gonna fight it? Ah. And so their fierce battle with Mueller began. Neither, boosted by Roland's spirit, came at them with power even more crushing than they'd seen at the Infernal Castle. But Rin and Kurt struck in perfect sync with each other, managing to turn the battle into an even match. And then... Now! Oh! Not too shabby at all. Indeed. Well done. Roland's equally impressed by the ability you've demonstrated today. You've earned the right to wield his swords, Kurt. Thank you, Mueller. Oh, they look so badass! Oh my god. So, how do they look? They fit you perfectly, Kurt. You certainly look the part of Roland's successor. I'm proud of you, Kurt. Encouraging you to join the branch campus was definitely the right choice. That means a lot to hear. I'm glad I attended this bonding event. I'm well aware of what to reach the heights of swordsmanship of more experience you, Father, and Roland have. But I managed to gain so many things nobody else could. And I owe it all to my friends I've come to bond with, including Instructor Rin. Couldn't have said it better myself, Kurt. Working together, I know we'll reach even greater heights. Of course. Aww, that's adorable. That's cute. That's so nice. Rin and Kurt bid Mueller farewell, wishing to see him sooner rather than later. They returned to the Courageous, Kurt carrying his new swords with undisguised joy and astonishment. Your bond with Kurt strengthened and Roland's twin swords. Roland's twin swords are event items. Go to the item section of the camp menu to change the appearance of Kurt's weapons. And bond level 5. Nice, nice, nice. Good job. And a character note for Kurt. Anyway, I am going to leave things here, guys. With that out of the way, with a great bonding event like that out of the way, I think we did a lot. Hopefully, next episode we finish exploring what we still have and finish the quest that we still have yet to do. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying these videos like I am, please leave a like, comment, and share. That always helps out against that pesky YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to join the Moonlight Army today. Hit that bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video. If you guys want to stalk me on my social medias, the links will be in the description box below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, take care guys. Bye-bye.